What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfella back with the boxing clinic on this YTBC tip, early morning grind. We did a lot of videos yesterday, Memorial Day. Hopefully everybody enjoyed it. If you missed out, the last video we did was Adrian Broner, how people keep saying to focus Adrian Broner. It will be good and do this and do that. Felix Verdejo training with Abel Sanchez now in Big Bear. The Terrence Crawford not being able to fight for Undisputed because Indigo got stripped video. And Final Four, Adonis Stevenson 2 is coming up this weekend as well. But let's get into the grit, the topic of discussion, which is, according to J.Prince and one other Andre Ward Manager, I think he's financial manager, John David Jackson reached out to join Team Ward for this, rematch with Sergey Kovalev. Now, if you don't know, J.Prince and John David Jackson talk from time to time because they have a connection, according to him. Shout outs to Boxing Scene for this. Shout out for 7-8 Sports also for this, for the simple fact that, I've seen 7-8 Sports speak on this first. I want to put my 2 cents in on it, and Boxing Scene broke the story. But the thing about it is that, John David Jackson changed Bye-Bye Brian Jennings right now. And, he's trying to rebuild his career after losing to Luis Ortiz. Best of luck to him. And they talk from time to time, and pretty much, I guess John David Jackson vented to him. And it's something that J.Prince probably already knows because everybody else knows it. Because, Sergey Kovalev, doesn't listen to John David Jackson. It's been reports that he wanted to switch trainers, switch boxing coaches. And after the fight, basically, with Andre Ward, if you feel like you won, it's no excuses. After the fight, Sergey Kovalev was going around telling, overdoing interviews in Russia, talking about it was John David Jackson's fault. He didn't prepare him right or whatever, I'm paraphrasing, whatever he was saying. And basically, J.Prince said that if you listen to the corner, HBO, John David Jackson's not even allowed to talk in that corner. He's just there to show. He's just a showgirl there. You know what I mean? Just to show that Kovalev isn't racist. That's my 2 cents in right there, because Kovalev has been on numerous records, talking racist shit over there in Russian interviews, calling people monkeys multiple times, and a whole bunch of unreported shit by the major boxing media that I've talked about before, and people have got mad and said, "Oh, you're a racist." Yeah, you call it. This guy's clearly a racist, but you calling me racist for calling him, for breaking the news about what this guy said with concrete evidence. But that's a story for another day. So basically, he's just keeping John David Jackson there to show that show the American public that he's not racist, and he's a good friends with a black guy in John David Jackson, which, John David Jackson, defended him the first time about the monkey situation where they lied and said Adonis Stevenson called him a monkey first, which was total bullshit. But basically, J.Prince goes on to say that, he wanted to come over to, John David Jackson wanted to come over to Team Ward. The only reason Team Ward didn't do it and oblige with it is the simple fact that they want to get it full credit for beating Sergey Kovalev this time around. They want to get in there and, beat the shit out of Kovalev. And, the fans and the media and the mass media goes around talking about, oh, you had to get John David Jackson, you had to get a spy to know how to beat, Kovalev. They want to give full credit this time around. It's the only reason that he didn't join. And basically, this ain't new. This ain't new with Sergey Kovalev. Abel Sanchez kicked him out of his gym or split ways with him before because he said he was a hard-headed ass fighter. He said he didn't listen. Said he wanted to do stuff the Kovalev way, and Kovalev bringing his strength and conditioning coach from Russia in, and apparently, according to J.Prince, he's running the show. They just trying to save face to keep John David Jackson just to hold the pads as he's doing something. John David Jackson's just not going to walk away from a payday like this from Sergey Kovalev. He got a family to feed as well, as 7-8 Sports pointed out. No, you ain't going to turn no check down, you know what I mean? And Kovalev is probably his biggest fighter that gets the biggest check. So, it's a dignity over money. At the end of the day, he got a family to feed, so I'm not going to criticize him on that. But he's a figurehead. He holds the pads, and that's about it. To show people that he's still involved with the camp. But the truth around it, the J.Prince says, Kovalev wants all Russians around him. He said Russian coaches was better after after the Ward loss. And, he's been on the record saying a lot of, shaky shit, beyond shaky shit, that fans just overlook. Oh, I love Kovalev. I like Kovalev. But they don't look at the derogatory shit that he says. You know what I mean? They just overlook the bullshit. Oh, you misconstrued this word. Anybody misconstruing shit he said. Call Andre Ward a bunch of niggas and monkeys and shit as well. But if it was Andre Ward calling them cracker, wetback, and all that other shit, it'd be an issue, right? So at the end of the day, John David Jackson here is for a check. And, I'm not mad at him. John David Jackson, I think Colossal Boxing did interviews with him, or somebody has, and, shout out to them. And, he seems like a well-tempered guy, a good dude, good mannerism guy, and, Kovalev was just treating him like he a $2 hoe. Just to keep it real. John is a real good stand-up dude in boxing. Sometimes he can't get his head to himself like the Earl Spence, Chris Algieri, situation, but it's crazy. It's crazy that, he would want to, go over to Team Ward so bad. And in the time in the Team Ward dropped this, this is James Prince dropping this, their manager. It's funny. They're really trying to get into Kovalev's head at this time, because they could have been dropped this shit, because he tried to join them, I guess when camp started or sometime before then. And, this is mind games. Kovalev been playing mind games. He's a fragile mind, and he's ready to be broken. But we'll see, man, what happens, what goes on. This your boy CJ Goodfellow with the Boxing Clinic. We go.